The New Day celebrating 10 years as a team. And a lot of unexpected things happen. Kofi, Xaiver, man, they were talking about how the fans, how they were supporting them, how they put their differences aside for this 10 years. And they were being positive. The power of positivity. What made it weird at first, until the whole segment ran, they never brought up Big E. So they celebrating, talking about their accomplishments, and not bringing up E. And it felt kind of weird to me, knowing that E was going to show up. Big E was going to show up that night. So Big E came out. Celebration of the New Day. And what he did was bring up the trauma that was going with Xaiver and Kofi. Talk about he didn't like it. Talking about how Xaiver and Big E was so close to being fired. How Kofi was going to retire because the WWE beat the passion out of him, not giving him a shot to be one of the top guys earlier. And Big E was talking about being a manager until he's medically cleared. And I like that. I like the medically clear. Because it feels like E's going to come back. Even though Big E was talking about not coming back, not wanting to wrestle anymore. But if he's medically cleared, he's going to get in that ring. And it's going to put a new light on that New Day storyline. Kofi, Xaiver was going back and forth for weeks, man. It was the B side of the Bloodline storyline, but it was the B plus side, A minus side, next to the Bloodline story. And it kept getting better and better and better and better each week, every time they would argue. Now, Big E, he's talking about his spiel and what's going on with the New Day and why Kofi and Xaiver is beefing. And then the heel turn happened. Yes, New Day has turned to the bad day. Started off with Kofi talking about E's never there. You broke your neck. So what? You broke your neck. So what? That hurt. That even hurt Kofi. Because he didn't even look Big E in the eye when he said that. Because you know he didn't want to say that. But he had to make the heel turn, New Day turn into the bad day, more relevant. So he had to say it. Plus, you know, Big E was talking about his injury and talked about Kofi's, when he was hurt, he was holding his daughter because his daughter was born, a few days before Big E broke his neck. So he held his daughter, being cool with his wife, and then Kofi had that line. You broke your neck. So what? Now Xaiver, he goes in, basically talking about how E wasn't there, how E didn't even need surgery. So he had the option to come back. And that was a great angle by Xaiver, bringing that up, bringing superstars like Edge, who came back from that injury 10 years later, but he came back. Stone Cold Steve Austin broke his neck. He came back. For wrestlers in the past that broke their neck and came back to the WWE. And it showed how Big E failed New Day from not coming back. For him not coming back, not returning. Where were you when we needed you, E? Now, that was a powerful statement by Xavier Woods, man. And Big E, and this is the genius of the WWE now. Big E doesn't even have a mic, and he's showing his emotions. Why what's going on with the New Day? It's over? Is this over? This can't be over. This ain't over. And Kofi, when he was trying to hug Kofi and Xavier, Kofi pushed him back. And basically said it was over. Big E leaves. And it was great that it wasn't no physical altercation between Xavier and Kofi and Big E. That was the perfect way to end it. E leaving in a vulnerable state, crying when he's going up the ramp. That was the way to end it. And then Kofi and Xavier Woods said those words. It's just us now. Best segment of the year. The best segment of the year. Better than any Bloodline segment of this year. Better than Damian Priest and Gunther. The best segment in 2024. And you can make an argument that it's the best segment since the OG Bloodline when it was starting out. When it comes to segments. Now you got the other B storylines like Drew McIntyre coming back, Seth Rollins, and Sami Zayn going at it because he doesn't like CM Punk and CM Punk going at Sami Zayn. But the real highlight was the New Day turned to the bad day when they betrayed on Big E. Do y'all like the portrayal? Do you like how it was done? Was it the segment of the year in your eyes? Was it the greatest heel turn of all time? Tell me what y'all think about that in the comments section, man. This is J Gar Hype. Like, comment, subscribe. Red button on the right side. And my closing statement. Let's own something.